This is 9-3 rotations. You can only do warm-up number 1 as we have not learned 2 and 3 yet. Pause the video so you can try warm-up number 1 and hit play when you're ready to see the answer. So I figured out that the rule for the mapping was adding 4 to the x and adding 4 to the y. So I did that for point Q, and I got Q prime being 6, 0. So a rotation is a turn, and it's an isometry, so the image will stay the same size and shape. So I'm looking to see if I think this figure turned, and I don't believe it did. I think it flipped, so therefore it is a reflection, not a rotation. And for part B, I can see that it rotated to the same size and shape, so I would say that this is a rotation. And if I were specific, it'd probably be 90 degrees. So rotations in the coordinate plane, if you rotate 90 degrees about the origin, this is our mapping rule. And 180 about the origin, we have this rule. So for 90 degrees, the x and y switch positions, but the y also becomes the opposite sign. And 180 is a little bit easier. It's just the x and y both become opposite signs. Okay, for example 3 now, we're going to apply the rule for rotating 90 degrees about the origin, because that's what it is asking me to do. So that means that I'm going to be using the rule xy, which maps to negative y comma x for all of these. So for 2, -1, the x and y switch positions, and then the x remains the same, but the y becomes the opposite sign. So that's A prime. B prime would be x and y switches again, x stays the same, y becomes negative, or opposite sign, I should say. And for C, same thing. So the x switches and so does the y, but the y becomes the opposite sign. So those are my new coordinates. So to rotate 180 degrees about the origin, we need to use the rule xy, which becomes opposite sign for both of them, negative x, negative y. So I'm going to apply that to all of these coordinates right now. So j prime would become -2, -2. K primes, we'll do the opposite of 4, -5, so that's -4 and +5. And L prime is 1, -6.